Well, in addition to this warehouse burning to the ground, the fire also damaged about a half a dozen homes. And that's why the Butler County prosecutor is working to try this suspect as an adult. These flames engulfing a Hamilton warehouse last month and damaging 6 homes nearby.
Stepped out on the front porch and realized how hot the fire was, and then I prayed.
One of those homes belongs to Tom Baker.
It's like just the paint itself bubbled off.
The fire chief says the juvenile confessed to starting the fire earlier this month. Now, the Butler County prosecutor says he wants to try the suspect, who turned 18 on Wednesday, as an adult. It's a thought Baker doesn't entirely support.
I would hate to see that a stupid mistake that a 17-year-old would make would affect the whole rest of his life.
According to juvenile court documents obtained by our partners at the Journal News, the suspect entered the building with the intention of committing the crime.
Pay for what you done, especially you planned it.
And that makes it more serious for Robin Thompson. The siding of the home where he lives melted off from the fire.
When I walked out, after I moved my truck, I looked up and it started melting, started just curling.
He's glad to see the warehouse gone, which many in the community called an eyesore. But he says the fire could have had deadly consequences.
It could have killed a lot of people. I mean, it was super hot. And all these homes around here, it's just lucky we just got back, got away with just damage we got.
And a pretrial hearing for this case is set for September 3rd. Reporting in Hamilton, Marielle Carbone, 9 on your side.
And we're told the request will be made through a juvenile court proceeding. That's where a judge will decide if the suspect will be tried as an adult or not. All right, the top elected executive in the state of Ohio is making school safety a top priority.
Yeah, today Governor Mike DeWine announced the formation of what he calls a school safety center to protect students from violence.
9 on your side's Tamika Artis joins us live from Cincinnati Public Schools, where students just returned to class on Monday.
Yeah, good afternoon. We've decided to come here because Cincinnati Public Schools is, of course, one of the largest districts in the tri-state. It is almost one of the most diverse, and there are 36,000 students here, which is why we came here to get their opinion about the governor's new initiative. Now, we can tell you that executive order was signed hours ago, in fact, just this afternoon, to create that new school safety center that will be under the Department of Homeland Security. In addition to reviewing and revamping security plans for public schools all across the state of Ohio, there will also be better intelligence analysis of social media threats made online. Those are just a few of the things that the new safety center will be responsible for. We also spoke with Cincinnati Public School Board Director Mike Morosky, as well as the president of the American Federation of Teachers for the city, Julia Sellers. Both say that what the governor is doing is indeed a step, at least a step in the right direction.
I and Cincinnati Public Schools applaud the governor for doing this piece of it. He's also done some interesting things real quickly regarding red flag laws, so I applaud that too. But I think there are probably 2 or 3 other things that are legislative in nature, and maybe a couple others that'll need to be part of this package for change to be made.
I hope it moves forward. I hope it's effective. I hope that it will put things in place.
Well, again, that governor actually hopes to get things up and running as soon as tomorrow, with 7 employees being redirected from the Homeland Department of Security, to restart working on this new initiative. Now, at 6 o'clock, I'll tell you why some administrators say that this particular initiative may not quite go far enough, and what they propose the governor should also consider to make sure that all kids are safe. Reporting live here in Corryville, I'm Tamika Artis, 9 on your side.
All right, Tamika, thank you. Turning now to your forecast. I don't know if you've been outside.
I have.
Just a little humid today across the tri-state.
Just a little
How's the hair holding up,
I know,
right?
not really well. Let's get right to forecaster Raven Richards. She is live on the 9 First Warning Weather Patio. Raven, how is it at this very moment outside?
Well, I can tell you this breeze that's coming in is helping significantly. But other than that, when the breeze stops, it gets, like you guys said, very humid, very sticky out there. So all in all, it's hot. You can't hide that any way it goes. It is hot out here. Like I said, a little bit of a breeze. And our temperatures, though, for the next couple of hours will kind of stay into the upper 90s, and then we'll start to drop down. Now, we do still have chances of rain in the forecast, but we'll probably see those more after midnight today, heading into tomorrow. And so I do have some good news coming up as well. our temperatures for the weekend are actually going to be dropping down, and I think you will enjoy them if you're tired of the hot weather right now. So of course I'll give you those details, time out the rest of your day for you, and hopefully we can cool things off too as well, guys.
That is the best kind of tease. Thank you, Raven. A Hamilton County teen or Hamilton teen accused of murder will be charged as an adult. 17-year-old Michael Smith Jr. is charged with murdering and tampering with evidence. Prosecutors say in June, Smith shot Sean Walker multiple times, then threw the gun in the sewer. The shooting was caught on surveillance video. A Middletown man is going to prison for his role in a $1.1 million jewelry heist. According to our partners at Journal News, Amit Patel pleaded guilty to conspiring to rob two salesmen from the Diamond District in Midtown Manhattan back in 2016. A judge sentenced Patel to 30 months in prison and ordered him, along with his 4 co-defendants, to repay the $1.1 million.
Back here at home, the manufacturing industry is expanding. It's good news.
That's good news in the Tri-State. Coming up at 5, the job growth seen in the last 5 years.
An Ohio teen recovering from burns after a gas station explosion in Cambodia. 9 on Your Side spoke with her grandma. Next at 5, the help they need to bring her home.
And there have been lots of exclusives on WCPO TV in the 70 years we've been on the air. One of the biggest was former anchor Pat Menarson's investigation into the self-proclaimed angel of death, Donald Harvey. Nobody had video of him until news photographer Chick Poppy figured out a way to get it. In the 70th anniversary rewind, Poppy recalls scoping out the way Donald Harvey would be escorted to the grand jury room. Then he hid in a janitor's closet and waited.
When they first appeared coming down the hallway, I threw open the door and ran up to him, and the police, the officers were like shocked, but they knew who I was, so they tried to rush him in to the door to the grand jury room, but I got in front of him. So by the time I got back to the station, which was 5 minutes away from the courthouse, I think, or 10 minutes away, there was already a call from the sheriff or the prosecuting attorney to the general manager. Please don't use that videotape, don't air it, it's going to ruin our case. And we have a huge case going on here, and he kind of let the secret out of the bag. Well, both agreed not to air it, keep it hidden until he was indicted. So the day that he was indicted, all the other stations are rushing around trying to figure out how and what and where and so on and so forth. Other than a mugshot, we had moving video.
You're watching 9 on Your Side at 5.
A Miamisburg teenager is recovering from burns on 35% of her body after a massive gas station explosion in Cambodia, where she has been working since January.
Yeah, her grandma, who lives in Kettering, says they now need help to bring her home. 9 on Your Side's Paula Suro tells us how you can help them.
Gail Ingram lives in this Kettering home, but it's more than 8,000 miles away in Cambodia, where her granddaughter Abby had a terrible accident and now needs your help.
Just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's how Ingram describes the moment her 18-year-old granddaughter, Abby Alexander, was returning home from work when caught in this gas station explosion in Cambodia.
Abby, gotta love her, remembered from as a child where they teach you stop, drop, and roll. That's what she did, because her whole shirt was on fire.
Burning 35% of Alexander's body, keeping her in the ICU with a ventilator ever since. Her family, who's also been living in Cambodia with her since January, has been trying to fly her back home.
Unfortunately, they don't have insurance. It's over $160,000 just to fly her back. And it is, like I say, it's like an ICU on wheels or on wings.
The good news is doctors now said Alexander is able to fly back to Denver, where the family lived before Cambodia, for more care. Ingram will leave Monday to be by her side.
That was like, that was exciting.
But the expenses keep piling up. That's why this GoFundMe page has been set up.
She just brightens your life. You know, she's my buddy. She went on Paddle Fest with me.
And from here in Kettering, Ingram thinks of Alexander wherever she goes.
A whitewater rafting trip we took together.
Knowing that come Saturday, Alexander will be able to make it back home.
Abby is happy. You know, she is, now you're gonna make me cry. She sparkles she just sparkles. She has personality.
Paola Suro, 9 on your side.
And we wish her safe travels back home. Here's some more good news for you. If you are looking for a job, now's a pretty good time. Several warehouse and manufacturing companies in our area are hiring. UGN in Monroe makes automotive flooring that reduces noise. It is hiring workers right now with no experience required.
We completed the expansion in January of this year. Added another 155,000 square feet of manufacturing floor space, which created an additional 110 positions.
According to Ready Cincinnati, manufacturing jobs in Cincinnati have increased nearly 5% in the last 5 years. That is faster than the national average. And it is about to get easier to get rid of lead in older homes in Ohio. The feds just gave the state the go-ahead for some changes to Medicaid's lead abatement plan for homes with young children or pregnant women. Governor DeWine says it will be easier for low-income families to get financial help to do that, and there will be more flexible options available. The state has already committed $10 million to that program over 2 years.
A large tree fell on a moving vehicle in Indiana, just missing the driver. It happened about 10 miles southwest of Indianapolis during severe storms yesterday afternoon. Now, at the time, a Decatur Central High School student was looking out of her classroom window when she noticed, oh my goodness, she noticed a tree begin to topple over. That student grabbed her phone and recorded what you've been seeing. The woman driving the vehicle suffered minor injuries. Fire officials say it would have been devastating if anyone had been sitting in that passenger seat.
Wow.
Let us all pick our jaws up off the desk.
Yes. My goodness.
And didn't see anything like that.
Lucky. No.
Here yesterday. I was out in the
But we certainly had the weather.
drive,
yeah.
Yes, we did. That all started popping off. It's popping off about 3 p.m. yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
we were in the thick of it. It felt like at this time yesterday.
Yes, and you were actually out in it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was soaked.
Yes, there you go. But good news right now, we're not seeing that. So we can finally calm down, but we are still feeling the heat. That's not going anywhere today.
And it's humid.
And it's humid.
Air you can wear.
Yes, air you can wear. But the good news is that the breeze kind of helps out a little bit. Not a whole lot for you. But other than that, though, we will be just fine for today, with the exception of some rain moving in. So here's a look at our headlines. Rain chances are up for tonight, marginal risk Thursday, and nice and dry for this weekend. And when I say nice, I mean really nice temperatures. We're talking about, well, we'll tell you coming up. Got to save that one for the end. But you can see what we are looking at. Not a whole lot going on in our area at all. So we are clear. This is a big difference compared to what we saw yesterday. Yesterday we had the storms rolling in, a lot of strong winds. Also, I was even hearing folks saying some of their furniture got blown over. So that was all from yesterday. Today, big different story. So right now, temperatures into the upper 80s for a lot of places, very close to some 90s as well. Take a look at VV, 88 degrees. But then also look at your dew point. So this is why we're feeling so sticky right now. We're into the 70s for that. So it's when it's 65 and above, that's when things get really uncomfortable for us. So that's why we're feeling how we are. And that also plays a factor in our heat index. So VV, you saw the temperature, I believe it was 89, and now it feels like 100 out there. So you can kind of see what we're looking at all across the tri-state area, feeling like the upper 90s for us, even some 100s in some places, but we won't see this for very much longer at all. So we also got to talk about what's going on for tomorrow. We still have a risk to see some severe weather. This time it is at a marginal risk, covering almost the entire tri-state area. Now, we will have several rounds of rain moving in, so some for tonight, meaning more than likely after the midnight hours. So timing it out for you, mostly cloudy here as we get later on. This is 1 a.m. So after midnight is when most of this will start to move in and kind of brushes through just early mornings, or you could call this overnight as well. This is about 3 a.m. still moving through. Could have a chance for some pop-up showers. Not everybody will see this. Then we do get a little bit of a break, just a very small break. This is about the drive time for the morning. Maybe it'll clear out for us, so we could use that That'll make traffic a whole lot better. But then as we get to Thursday evening, we do still have another chance for some storms to pop up. Now with this, just a marginal risk. So we're not expecting to see anything like what we saw yesterday, but do keep in mind there's always that chance whenever we do have a chance to see some severe weather. Now for tonight, about 70 degrees for us. And like I did say, you could have some of those storms moving through more than likely after midnight for you. So most folks will probably be sleeping in. For tomorrow, big difference in the high, right? 82 for us. That is a huge drop. We can use that, but that does come with some rain. And with that rain, that'll actually help to cool us off as we head towards the next few days, especially the weekend. Circle the weekend. Things are looking really good. 78 and 80. Yeah, that's perfect weather out there, especially for some folks going camping, doing some outdoor activities. It is perfect for you.
That might be the best weekend of the summer.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
Anyone want to fill in for me Saturday night? I think I have plans now.
I definitely have plans. So,
good for you.
A tri-state couple has made capturing this area's natural beauty and wonders their life's work, and it also happens to be a passion.
What a weekend it would be for them.
Yeah.
Still ahead, it is a gift they share through the art of photography. On Positively Cincinnati at 5:30, they're stunning images. Look at that, and how that work connects them to each other.
And students carrying the weight of school in their backpacks. Next at 5, what health experts say your child can do to avoid back pain.
Textbooks, notebooks, a pencil bag, just some of the things that might be inside your child's backpack for this school year. But carrying all of that weight can really hurt them. At the beginning of every school year, there is an uptick in young patients who come to see orthopedic surgeons. The first thing they say that can help your kid, make sure they're using both straps.
If he even starts walking, this is going to fall off. And in order to prevent it from falling off, he's going to have to lean a lot to his left to sort of hold that in place. And so that's why it's so important that you have both straps on. Let me see your arm, buddy. Good. And then he's evenly weighted again.
Oh, we were all guilty of that, weren't we? So much easier. How the bag is packed, if you keep watching here, also causes pain. This doctor says children should carry no more than 10 or 20% of their body weight. The heaviest things like the books should be the closest to the back. Lighter items like your notebooks or your pencil box should go up front.
I remember that being really heavy.
Oh yeah, especially the older you got.
Oh yeah. All right, getting complacent when it comes to contact lens care can lead to eye infections or worse. That's why the CDC has declared it Contact Lens Health Week.
If you've had a case sitting around for 3 or 4 months, especially if you're just topping off solution, the potential for bacterial contamination grows every day.
Another common mistake, according to the CDC, is sleeping with your contact lenses in. Do wash your hands with soap and water before handling, and do not let water touch the lens. On that same note, despite what you might have heard, do not use saliva in place of solution. Health experts say bacteria in the mouth can be dangerous for your eye.
I just learned something.
Good.
There we go. A tri-state student is credited with stopping a possible kidnapping. Tonight, the new honor that he is going to receive and where the suspect is right now, it's coming up at 5:30.
Many people are turning to the internet to buy their dog food, hoping to save a couple bucks. Coming up in Don't Waste Your Money, why that might not be the most cost-effective option.
All right, well, thank you for staying with us here at 5:30. I'm Evan Millward. Craig's off tonight.
And I'm Kristen Hartman. Connor High School in Boone County is about to honor a student for bravery.
Yeah, Cody Harden saved a classmate from what deputies say was an attempted kidnapping. We introduced you to Cody last night at 11. Deputies say when he heard the 16-year-old scream for help just outside the school 2 days ago, he didn't hesitate to step in, separate the girl from the suspect, and keep that guy from getting into the school. The school issued a statement today saying when it seems so many pull out a cell phone and record a wrong going on in the world, Cody took the correct action and performed a right. Cody told us he just did what he felt he had to do.
He walked up, he's like, "You guys with her?" We're like, "No," and he, follows her up there, and I'm like, "Something don't feel right." And my buddy's like, yeah. I ran over there, and she's like, get him away from me. So I grabbed her by the shoulder and shoved her in front of me.
There are people, strangers in this world that will step up and do the right thing to make sure that everybody around them's safe.
Well, that girl ran into the school, found a resource officer, who then arrested 18-year-old Benjamin Margitza as he was leaving. Deputies say he first met that girl 4 years ago on a chat app. Police say he flew here from Las Vegas in hopes of having sex with the girl. Margitza is now being held on $50,000 bond, and he is charged with attempted kidnapping of a minor and criminal trespassing.
There is a plan tonight to more than double the minimum wage in Kentucky. The proposal by 2 senators would gradually raise the state's minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour by 2027. There is an exception for small businesses. Those that make less than $500,000 a year would be exempt. The bill will be introduced during the legislative session next year. Northern Kentucky University is getting a big check to fight the opioid epidemic. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has awarded the school $1.8 million to expand substance use disorder and mental health services. NKU's Institute for Health Innovation has spent the past year working in communities affected by the opioid crisis.
A local attorney has collected $221,000 so far as part of settlements with government bodies in Clermont County. Matt Miller-Novak sued those agencies on behalf of residents. The suits accuse local leaders of illegally silencing citizens at meetings, meeting in secret, and restricting access to public meetings. 4 of the suits were recently resolved with cash payments. Among the groups that have agreed to pay, Milford Schools, Milford City Council, and the County Commission. You will soon be able to place a new kind of bet at the Hollywood Casino in Lawrenceburg. It will start taking bets on sporting events September 1st. The casino is hopeful that it will have met all the regulatory requirements by that point in time. Sports betting is now allowed because of a recent change in Indiana law. A ribbon-cutting ceremony is scheduled for September 7th on that new space.
For this week's Positively Cincinnati, our co-worker Paul Harper offered up a story. When I took a look at what he put together, I had to share it with all of you. The beautiful photography is one reason. The overarching message is the other.
We've grown from just seeing the obvious to seeing the hidden.
We didn't really set out to be nature photographers. We started off photographing nature.
People, I think they're amazed at what the beauty that we have right here, so close by.
People tend to want to preserve and want to protect those things they appreciate. And if my photography helps people appreciate the nature that's right here in our backyard, that's my hope, that's my desire. We go out 3 to 4 days a week, every week, year-round, summer, winter, fall.
And we will get up at before sunrise. Depending on the destination, we'll see what time sunrise is going to be that day. If it takes an hour to get there, we leave an hour before sunrise. The motivation is just to get out here.
Laying in the mud to get a picture of a flower, standing on a frozen lake, that's just part of the passion. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Jeff and I look at our photography differently. Jeff is more of he's a big picture guy, and I want to zoom in so close that I can see the eyelashes and see into their eyes and see my reflection in their eyes. And we can sit in a spot literally for hours waiting for chipmunk to come out of the hole or the 3 baby squirrels to come out of the tree. I have no concept of time. When I have a camera in my hand, no concept of time.
What I hope shows in my work and the work that Leslie has, I take photographs of things I love because that shows through. If it doesn't draw some emotion out of the person, then it's just a picture.
It has strengthened our relationship because there's so much benefit to being able to do something fun together. We love it.
I am the most